baby bus! Let's go, Sheriff Labrador!
Special episode, The Tale of the Great Fortune Clamshell, Part 3.
You over here, Labby! The real curator Colin has been locked in the bathroom this whole time!
Luke, the golden retriever, on his way to the bathroom, happened to find and rescue the real curator Colin the crocodile, who had been locked up inside. The real curator Colin, as gray as pencil lead, was bawling his eyes out.
Sheriff Labrador, that mean and hateful Quartus the lizard knocked me out, stole my clothes and my employee ID card, and even locked me in the bathroom. You've gotta catch him! Sheriff Labrador!
Sheriff Labrador had figured out what happened at this point, and a beam of wisdom flashed behind his dark, round eyes.
Quartus, you intentionally hurt and kidnapped Curator Colin, assumed his identity, and took advantage of his position as museum curator to bring a hammer into the exhibition hall. Then, you smashed the glass display case and stole the Great Fortune Clamshell. Am I right?
Drat! I can't believe you figured it out!
Quartus the lizard removed the thick blazer he'd used to disguise himself, revealing his true nature as a green lizard. He then thought back to the things that had happened in the lizard family leading up to that point.
Boss! Sheriff Labrador arrested Dixon aboard the MS Clamshell!
What?
The animal shouting in frustration was none other than Lollybob the lizard, the boss of the lizard family. He was so angry that his tail fell off, all on its own.
Boss! Sheriff Labrador arrested Nonson and Octoxian in Clamshell Aqua Park!
What?
Outraged, Lollybob's new tail fell to the ground.
Boss! Sheriff Labrador arrested Septimus, Sextus, and Quintus at the tomato field!
What?
Filled with fury, Lollybob's tail almost... Quartus looked at Lollybob's severed tail, but there hadn't been enough time for a new one to grow.
Boss, take it easy. You don't have any more tails to lose. Ouch!
Lollybob was so angry that he jumped at Quartus, severing Quartus's tail with his foot.
Drat! How can I make money to pay off these bank loans with all my guys going to jail? In case you didn't know, our lizard family borrowed lots of money from the bank for our business, and we have to pay them back as soon as possible.
Lollybob smacked his hand down onto the table and accidentally pressed the power button on a remote control, turning on the television.
Welcome to this special episode of Tales of Seashell Wood. On today's show, we're looking at the Great Fortune Clamshell from the Clamshell Museum. Legend has it that this Great Fortune Clamshell brings luck to anyone who has it.
Great Fortune Clamshell? Wait, Great Fortune?
Lollybob's eyes were wide with amazement. Then he looked at Quartus.
You, go and bring me that clamshell. With it, we might have the luck we need to strike it rich.
Quartus, you're suspected of kidnapping, damaging museum facilities, and theft of museum exhibits. Now, come with me to the police station.
Standing in front of Quartus was the strong, imposing Sheriff Labrador.
I don't want to be caught by Sheriff Labrador like the other lizards.
Quartus was so nervous that his palms were sweating. Suddenly, he thought of the Great Fortune Clamshell in his hand.
Oh, legendary Great Fortune Clamshell, may you help me escape from here safely, please!
Quartus's beady eyes darted back and forth and then locked on the nearby power switch.
I must turn those lights off!
Quartus stretched out his sweaty hand toward the power switch.
That's dangerous! Quartus, don't touch the switch with your sweaty hand. You'll get an electric shock.
Ow!
Before Sheriff Labrador could finish, Quartus pulled the switch with his sweaty hand, causing electric sparks to fly and shocking him. Quartus felt a tingling, numbing sensation from head to toe. Then he fainted to the ground, and the Great Fortune Clamshell tumbled out of his hands.
This is awful. He's experienced an electric shock.
Sheriff Labrador quickly called the doctors to give Quartus timely first aid treatment. Quartus soon woke up.
Where is my Great Fortune Clamshell?
Sheriff Labrador was relieved to see Quartus awake.
Never touch electrical switches with wet hands. It's very dangerous. Got it, Quartus?
Quartus didn't pay attention to a word Sheriff Labrador said, as he was too busy reaching for the Great Fortune Clamshell nearby.
All I need is this Great Fortune Clamshell, and I'll be able to get out of here successfully.
Curator Colin the Crocodile, standing nearby, couldn't hold it in any longer and just had to tell the truth.
No. Actually, the Great Fortune Clamshell is much less magical than they say it is. The animal who found the clamshell did indeed hit the jackpot, but missed out on collecting the prize because he overslept. From that time on, he hasn't won any other lottery. He told me that himself when he donated the clamshell to the museum. So, in reality, this tale of great fortune was just an accident.
What?
The animals present opened their mouths in surprise. Lying on the ground, Quartus shed tears of regret.
Oh no! I've wasted all this effort for nothing! It was all just a myth! Oh.